Hi, I'm Morgan. This is Matt. This is Aupi. This is Nandi. And this is our home. Follow along as we travel North America in our 30-foot converted school bus. Hi everyone, this week we are crossing the border into Baja, Mexico, where we'll spend the next 2 months. Gathering information online and watching YouTube videos was essential in our preparation to cross the border, so hopefully this video helps answer any of those questions that you might have. Before we get started though, make sure to like and subscribe. It costs you nothing but means the world to us. Thanks for watching, we hope you enjoy this episode.
The idea of going down to Baja has been something that's been toying with our minds since we started travelling in the bus, thinking about a time when maybe that would line up. Spending a big chunk of time down in Arizona with some family, we decided, let's do it. So yeah, when you cross into Baja, Mexico, you've got the three main border crossings to choose from. Tijuana, which is furthest west, right near San Diego. It's probably the largest border crossing, and because of that it can be really busy, have a lot of travellers, lots of trucks. All in all can maybe be a bit more of a nerve-wracking border to cross. A little bit further across you've got Tecate, which is a smaller border crossing that sort of pops you out in the centre of the peninsula, and it leaves you in the point where do you want to drive west and come down the Pacific side, or do you want to drive east and come down the Cortez side. Mexicali has two border crossings, east and west. We chose to cross at Mexicali west, having heard that it's a little more friendly for larger rigs, and hearing that the process there was really smooth and easy. And we wanted to cross basically as soon as the border opened. So we were there, I think, around 6:30 in the morning. If we weren't the first vehicle, we were one of the first, it seemed, at that time of the day. So when we pulled in, you've got to stick to the left. It says bus entry, which we were a bit like, oh, we're not technically a bus, but you know, we sort of are. And then someone had come out and sort of pointed that way and reconfirmed. As you sort of come around to the left, there's sort of a shelter that sort of separates that left lane from the main entry lanes that cars would go through. So we pulled up there. The Border Patrol agent came across to us. He just wanted to have a quick look, see our passports, see Mexican liability insurance, and then he just wanted to come on and have a quick little inspection of the bus. So we obviously travelling with our dog, so we just had to make sure that she was on a lead. He came on, I think he opened up one drawer in our kitchen, poked his head in the bathroom, and I think he opened one drawer in the bedroom as well. Really quick, no issues. You know, crossing the border, you know, it's important to look into the requirement. You know, making sure you haven't got fresh fruit and vegetables, no meats. I think that goes for frozen and unfrozen. Dairy products is a little hit and miss. I think if they're still in their original packaging, it's okay. But it's just best probably not to have too much of that stuff to be questioned. So after we'd done that inspection, we asked him where we needed to go to get our FMM paperwork, pay for it, and to have it stamped. This is something that there's a very good chance they're not going to prompt you on. They will let you travel into the country without having it. As far as I'm aware, if you're just going for a quick 7-day trip and you're staying near the northern part of the Baja Peninsula, you don't need to get an FMM. It's important to ask. The FMM allows you to be there up to 180 days. You can get it online in advance, but regardless you have to go into the office and have it stamped. So we decided to just get it there in person. So that was a really simple process. It was a short walk just from where we pulled up to have our inspection done. And then after that we'll just wave through. We drove out and then they open a gate and then you jump back out onto the main road where all of the other vehicles are going through. And then, like I said, we'd crossed really early in the morning, so I would say we were out of there before 7 o'clock sort of thing. You know, it was really quick. In the weeks and days leading up to your trip into Baja, it's important to go through the requirements on what you need to travel into the country and to be in the country. A really big important one is when you're traveling in there with your own vehicle is having liability insurance. Almost all American liability insurance coverages won't cover you once you cross the border. Plenty of companies online you can look into. We used Baja Bound. They've been recommended by other videos and forums we'd read. Their prices were comparable with others, and yeah, the coverage sounded really good. One funny thing with that liability insurance was it was actually cheaper to get a 6-month policy compared to just getting 2 months that we were originally looking for. And we had the option to get an English and a Spanish copy of that. So we printed out one of each. Depending on who was asking for it, it was going to be beneficial to have a copy that was easy for them to read and understand and not be stuck in some sort of translation. Other things to think about before you cross is making sure that your passports are in date. A lot of countries will give you issues if your passport is within its last couple of months of expiration. We also have our dog who travels with us full time in our home, in our bus, so we had to make sure that all of her vaccine records were up to date. That's something we've been doing anyway because we'll have those things to think about travelling back to Australia with her at some point. Anything else to talk about? I'm not talking too much.
No, it's okay. I'll
use
what I can use, yeah. Our first leg of the drive was from Mexicali to San Felipe, which is about a 2.5-hour drive. San Felipe is also a really good place to stop and get any food and groceries or other necessities, which is what we chose to do instead of sticking around Mexicali. Our second leg was from San Felipe to Chapala, which is about a 3-hour drive. This is where the roads began to get very narrow and the potholes increased. We've just stopped in Chapala at this little restaurant here. And yeah, Nadi's got out to go to the bathroom, but then she had to go back in the bus because there's about a gang of 4 or 5 dogs. They're pretty curious. That's what we were doing. But yeah, we might just keep moving because she can't really run around. Aupi can stretch her legs for a bit, but yeah, head down the road a few more hours and then probably be at our spot for the night.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Hello, how are you? English, just come from US today. Going to Loretto. Do you need passports or? That one's mine. That's my daughter. And then my wife. Oh, just English, right? Oh, YouTube? Yeah. Yeah, sorry, yeah.
Naughty stuff.
Yeah, my wife makes the videos. Yeah. Thank you. You guys have a lovely afternoon. Cheers.
Our third and final leg of the day was from Chapala to Guerrero Negro, which was another 2.5 hours. Do you want to walk around the lead for a minute? So Aupi's birthday is in 2 days, but we figured we better start making the cake now because we have a big day of driving tomorrow and then the next day is her birthday. So the idea is that we'll make 3 6-inch little cakes and then stick them together with some ice cream and maybe decorate it tomorrow.
Icing, no ice cream.
Did I say ice cream? I mean icing.
2, 3, 4.
Quickly hide!
5.
Go!
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ready or not, here I come. I wish you could get under the bed. Who's the teacher?
Okay, now she flies up.
Where is Aupi Luna? Is she under the blanket? Is she under the blanket? I'm staring straight into the sun as we're leaving our campground this morning. Yeah, nice spot to stay for the night. Really just somewhere to stretch our legs and have a lay down. Morgan and I were up later than we should have been, making icing flowers off his birthday cake, and just trying to relax. I was probably procrastinating a bit while Morgan was putting Aupi to sleep. But yeah, we had an alarm set for 6 AM this morning. I postponed that by 2 hours or an hour, I think. Just really needing a little extra time in bed. And I found the excuse that it was still dark outside, so just getting on the road now. Basically heading back across to the east side of the Baja, see Cortez from the Pacific, and then down along that coastline to Loreto. It's like a 5.5 hour day. In the bastard stops, that's probably a little closer to 6, 7. Yeah, little updates as we go.
We just stopped for a little lunch break in Santa Rosalia. We're now back on the east side of Baja. So the ocean's just there. It's a really nice place to stop actually. Have some lunch, have a little break. And then, oh gosh. And then I think we've only got like another 2.5 hours to Laredo. So yeah, hopefully Aupi's gonna have a nap and this part of the drive will go really quickly. Feels nice to stop for a bit, but looking forward to getting there so we can stop for a long while. Come on. Gosh, it feels so nice to be near the ocean again. I don't think the water's super warm, but definitely warm enough that we'll be swimming most days.
Rosalita for a bit of a lunch break. Just made some burritos in the bus. Hung out for a little bit, and then went for a bit of a walk. For everyone to stretch their legs. No need to go to the bathroom. And yeah, just all loaded up again. Back to the road, and just our last leg down to Loretto now. About 200 kilometers, about 3 hours, roughly. So, see how we go. I think maybe we'll follow the coastline quite a bit of the way, so it'll be a nice drive. Guy running front post and some dude in a truck.
Join us next week for the very start of our 2-month adventure in Baja, Mexico. As always, leave your comments and questions in the comment section below. Thanks for watching this episode. Be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss out.